Alright, today on the bench is the heater is running because it's cold in here today, is a Proton AA1150 amplifier. And what we will be doing with this today is replacing the protection relay. So pretty common issue with these is intermittent loss of a channel, and the most likely culprit is the protect relay. So talked to the owner, said, hey, this is probably what's going on with it, and the owner said, oh, just replace it. So that's what I'm going to do. This was actually looked at by another tech a while ago, and we know the tech. He opened the relay up, I would assume, opened the relay up and probably cleaned it because it did work for a while, and then it went back to not working. So what I'm going to do is replace the relay, and then I'm going to break that other relay open, and we'll look at the contacts and see what's going on with it. Oops, missed the screen. Spring just won't get here fast enough. Chilly day today. Trying to book through a bunch of these projects I got going on. Alright, so looks like, oh my goodness gracious. Looks like someone reapplied some heatsink compound to these transistors here, because they got it all over everything. So I'm not sure what that's about. This has two relays. What the hell? This has two relays. I didn't realize this had two. I hadn't even opened it up. And that relay that I got does not look like a relay that'll go in there. So this may not be going anywhere today. That's what I get for not actually opening this thing up and looking at it. Proton AA1150. Let's see. It says two relays. So I forgot where I left off on this one. I believe it was where I had ordered an incorrect relay for it. I went off of a post I found on the internet and it wasn't correct. So I got a bunch of relays. These were like a bunch of relays for 10 bucks. So this came from another post on Audio Karma, and let's see, there's the nomenclature for the relay. Can see that. And supposedly this is a drop-in replacement. So let's see. A little piece of metal came off of something I was working on. I know what it is for. It appears as though someone probably had those relays out before. And what I'll do is, so a common fault on these is the relays to go bad. They oxidize, get dirty, and then you lose a channel. So the customer was complaining of an intermittent channel on this, and I can see where someone has the solder's very shiny, and I can see some scratches on the board. So I'm wondering if maybe these weren't pulled and cleaned. The new one, yep, drops right in there like so, on the other side naturally. So I'm going to kind of speed through removing these relays and putting the new ones in, and then we'll test it out. let's see if that did the trick. Let's see if I can pop those out. Yep. Oh, look at that. There's something on the bottom. Oh, it's... What is that? I'll show it to you when I flip this over. There's like there's some kind of, oh, it looks like maybe a glue residue, or oh, it was leaking. So look at these. So these are definitely the original relays. Look at all that. It looks like rust. Yeah, it looks like rust or something. That's weird. And then you can see the spots on the boards. That would definitely cause, or could potentially cause, some issues. But see the bottoms of these, how they're... See if you can... I know the light's kind of poor, but you can see in the middle where it's almost like it's rusted. Let's see. Yeah, that's weird. All right, so I'm going to clean that gunk off there if I can get it off there. I'm not sure what that is. Huh. So I'm going to see if some alcohol will soften that up, and then I will carefully scrape it. See if that'll... Yeah, it's not going to do much to it. Yeah, it's getting some of it. So I may have to let it just kind of sit for a little bit. Yeah, it's coming off. Well, it'll be boring watching me do that, but look at that. That's gross. So I'm probably not going to waste the memory or the battery shooting video of me doing this, but I think you get the picture. I'm just going to be scrubbing that away. Alright, that took a while, and some of this just, I cannot get it to come off of there. And I don't want to scratch this up too much, but I got the bulk of it gone. So, I'm going to pop the new relays in. So, look at the construction of the new versus old relay. So, it looks like there's a... Looks like a rubber or plastic piece there that maybe it, I assume it was on the old one and maybe it just melted away. Interesting. I don't know a lot about Proton. I mean, I've worked on some Proton gear before, but this particular model, this particular relay, and issues with it, I am unfamiliar with. So let's pop the new relays in, solder them. Power it up, see what happens. Yeah, I have been absolutely overwhelmed with stuff, and I'm to the point now where my videos are, I'm still like a month, so by the time I release this it's been a month or more. And you know, for a hobby, it sure does keep me busy, which is probably good. Still kind of cold in here. Hands aren't quite working. Hopefully we're done with winter, or very close to being done with winter. That would be nice. Alright, so I'm just checking out this board here. I don't see anything that looks suspect. Alright, so before I put the bottom on, and then I will pull down the service manual just to see what kind of adjustments are to be made on this, but let's see if the relays click. And then I have a preamp that I can connect to this. Alright, so let's see. Okay. Just want to do that again, check out these meters. Okay. What I'm looking at is the right meter's responding to the click, the left isn't, which doesn't really mean anything, but I would think both would move. So I'm not sure if both relays are clicking in or not. Can't tell. Let's see. I can't really feel anything on either one, so what I'm going to have to do is to see if I have sound. I'm going to have to feed a signal in here and connect this to some speakers and see what's going on with it. So let me get that set up and I'll come back. Oh, that's my phone making noise. So some Cheech and Chong, what the hell, right? Something different. Sounds good. Yep, I'm getting sound through both channels. So I'm going to see if I can pull down the service manual. I'm going to let this play for a little bit and make sure the channel stays good. Because the report was, and I don't remember if it was right or left channel, one of the channels kept cutting in and out after a couple of minutes. So I'm going to let this run for about 10 minutes. Naturally, I can't do that and have any compelling video for you to watch. So I'm going to let this run and then I'll come back and do the alignment procedures and see what we get. Okay, alignment on this is pretty sketchy, if you ask me. So you have to, and I'm just going to check this. I mean, if it's way out, I'll align it, but. So you've got to measure across the emitter resistor 649 and 50, make sure there's 100 millivolts, right? So I'm going to do that first. 649 and 650, now this is on. 649 and 650 are these two posts, and see those two posts, and these two posts right here. So need to very carefully, and this is why I don't like doing it this way. That's 0. That can't be right. Oh, there's a load, that's why. Let me remove the load from the speakers. I know my head's in the way. Alright, so no load on the speakers. That's important. Okay, clicks. See if I can find my points again. And you can see the emitters, and they're the emitters, the white emitters that run this way. So that's still 0. What the hell? Nice. I love it when a plane comes together. At least that's what the manual showed, but that's... Oh, that's meter sensitivity. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, the meter sensitivity should be set at 100 millivolts full scale deflection. Okay, so that's DC offset. I'm looking for 0, so that's fine. No, actually I'm looking for, gosh, what the, let me read this thing. Okay, so remove load, push on power for 5 minutes. It's been playing for like 20, so it's plenty warm. Connect across 649 and 650. The meter sensitivity should be set at 100 millivolts. Adjust VR 601 left channel and VR 602 till the reading from the meter is between 2.5 and 5 millivolts. And then the alignment is completed. So I should be getting 2.5 to 5. I'm getting 0. I'm calling it good. Because to do that, yeah, so I have to set it on its side, and you know what, I don't want to risk, it's close enough for me. Alright, so let's go over the alignment procedures. I've already done this. It's a pain in the butt, I'll be honest with you, and I really can't record it, but I will let you know what's going on or how to do it. So again, I've already done this. Turn these pots, VR601 and 604, they're the only pots on the other side of the board. Let it run for 5 minutes, pull the load off, connect the voltmeter or measure across the emitters. And the emitters are the white emitters that run this way on the board. You can see them from this side. And the reason why this is so tricky to do is you have to measure, right? So you're measuring across these 2 points, and then you're trying to also turn that trim pot. And I mean, I could tack on a little piece of wire and make some jumpers. So what I had to do was kind of measure it, and then this was up on its side at the time, which is a really horrible angle. So I'd measure it, turn the pot, measure it, turn the pot, but you don't know how sensitive the pot is. So that first time I turned it, I was like, oh my gosh, I could fry this thing. So, and my mini grabbers won't connect to these. So anyway, here's the first point. This is 650, I believe, because I'm upside down here. So that's 650, and then here is 649. You want to have between 2.5 and 5 millivolts. And yeah, so anyway, that was quite the adventure getting that. Again, because I had to do it this way, and again, the last thing I want to do is worry about recording it while I'm trying to adjust this, because one little slip and you fried the amp. So unfortunately, I had to explain to you what I did after I did it, because I needed my full undivided attention on this. So this thing is dialed in, it's good. The channel did not cut out, which was the complaint. Pulled out the old relays that had damage. Right? So those two had that crud in the middle, looked like something melted or blew out of the middle of them. So yeah, so I'm going to call this one good. This one is done. So if you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.